I'll give you the good news now. Okay, the good news is I think society has a lot of self-correcting measures. So like Michael Bloom, who's an evolutionary biologist, will say that, evolution selects for religious people because they have more children. If you become atheist or non-religious, you have far less children than religious people do. There's a great book called Shall the Religious Inherit the Earth? And it's pointing out in 100 years, most people will still be Christian or Muslim. Because, the left, atheist, this kind of idea, it thrives on getting converts, really. It doesn't thrive on birth rates. So, and because of that, evolutionarily speaking, humans are just religious. It's what keeps us going. But it feels like
the left have done a really good job at taking Christian children and making them atheists. So why can't they just take our children and use them against us?
Well, now, but remember in the 90s, we were far less polarized than we are now.
Okay.
So now more conservatives, more religious people are polarized. They trust the left and atheists less now.
Yeah,
they're protecting their children more. They're saying, don't go to universities, go to a trade school. Don't go to that secular university, go to this religious one. So in some respects, yeah, they can do that. But the more they keep doing it, the more they're polarizing religious individuals, right-leaning individuals.
Interesting.
To the point where in the future generations, they're going to be protecting their children more.
That makes sense of my own experience. Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 37.
I'm 39.
I'm 37. I'm not old. You'll get the reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 39. I am old.
I'm 37.
What music were you into as a teenager?
Emo stuff, probably.
I was into heavy metal.
Yeah, a little bit.
And this is coming back to your point, believe it or not. Like I was into heavy metal. I was into wearing black. I was into wearing like skulls on my t-shirts and like death metal posters on my wall and writing suicide poetry for attention and things like that. And when I have tried, not that I want my kids to be listening to heavy metal, but there's been a few times where I listen to this excellent song called Master of Puppets from Metallica, you know, and they don't get it at all. They're like, why do they sound so angry? And I'm wondering what this is. Like, it felt like in my generation, maybe your generation too, you can tell me, it was like rebelling against the man and authority. And whereas now, I keep using my son as an example. I don't think he'll mind it. My son, who is not like an overly religious-y kind of person, he's certainly not a compliant child. I wish he were. Maybe I don't really. I'm glad he has some piss and vinegar in him. He said to me the other day that like he's made a New Year's resolution not to watch Disney this year because they push all the gay shit on us, Dad. Now, he doesn't say that to impress me. Like that was like a side point that he made like 2 months after New Year's. And I just think that's really cool. It's almost like Christian conservatism is the new punk rock.
It's the new counterculture.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Since you listen to emo music and we're the same age, and like, and your point, right, about the right protecting their kids and more polarized. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that aspect. And by the way, my 37 reference is from Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail.
Okay, I love that movie. Yeah, it's a long time since I've seen it.
I didn't know you were called Dennis. Well, you didn't bother to ask. That's the reference. So
we should watch that after this.
Yeah.
Let's cut the stream.
It's the only year in my life I can say I'm the same age as Denny from Monty Python, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Nice.
So let's talk about this, though. So, yeah, I've talked about how Christians are now becoming more polarized. They're going to protect their children more, but they've also inadvertently turned Christianity into the counterculture. When you and I were kids, it wasn't the counterculture. It was the main culture. Now it's becoming counterculture. So now it's cool to rebel against the man. Who's the man? Disney, Hollywood, the elites who are all woke. So culture has these self-correcting measures. It goes back to that old saying, great men create good times create weak men create bad times, bad men create great times.
That's fantastic.
So right now we're in the phase of weak men creating bad times. And we're entering bad times. I think that's what the truth is. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that's what's happening.
Yeah,
and
clearly.
Next couple decades, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's going to happen? So we've gone through these cycles in history before. When people were predicting the end of civilization, wokeism is going to destroy everything. No. First of all, I'm a Christian. Christ is king. He knows what he's doing. We'll be fine. He lets us go through these cycles. And every time we go through these cycles, Christianity grows a little bit more. Go through another cycle. Christianity grows a little bit more. It's just going to keep happening. So trust the king. He knows what he's doing. Just do your part. I love
it. It's such a different message to some Christian messages you get out there, which sound like Fox News. Like everything's on fire and you're going to die unless you kill these people. They don't say kill these people. I don't mean that. Unless you kind of like stand up against this mob that's coming against you, and it puts you in this fight or flight response. But you can't see clearly when you're in a fight or flight response.
I mean, there's a place for that, but it should not be Christians main or even secondary fight, in my view. Our main fight should be what Christ gave us, the Great Commission. If we focus on that, if every Christian just focused on that mainly, I guarantee you we would be in the phase of going great men, great times. But we're not right now, unfortunately. But again, the Great Commission is what we were called to do. If we do that, I guarantee you things would get better real fast. And that's what I try to do. I don't, on my channel, that's what I focus on. Here's why Christianity is true. Here's the evidence. Become a Christian.
Hey, thanks for watching that clip. Would you like this beautiful, very high quality, definitely not made in China, not that there's anything wrong with that, Pints with Aquinas beer stein for free, sent to your door? Would you also like a copy of The Jill sent to your door 4 times a year? This is the Pints with Aquinas newspaper, by the way. If you do, go to mattfradd.locals.com and become an annual supporter for any amount. We'll send you that stuff for free, and you get a bunch of other free things in return. You'll get more information by going over to mattfradd.locals.com. Thanks.